Ladies and gentlemen, here in Frankfurt, Germany, meine Damen und Herren, einen schönen guten Nachmittag. In Shenzhen, China, Nürschimen, Shershimen, Wan Shanghai, and all over the world, following our live stream on different channels. Very good afternoon, morning, evening to you, whatever time zone you might be in. My name is Anssi Rantasalo. I'm Vice President at JASIC Technologies. My responsibilities are corporate strategy and international business. It is a great pleasure and honor for me to welcome you on behalf of JASIC Technologies, despite of many challenges that the world is facing right now, including pandemic that makes traveling challenging. So it's a great pleasure to see so many of you here in Frankfurt. There are many in Shenzhen, and like I said, many of us around the world following the online streaming. Why are we together? There is a good reason for that. We believe that we are about to experience one of the major launches in the welding industry this year, and even over a longer period of time. And it is something that we are happy to share with you on this very day, last day of March 2022. Okay, it's about JASIC Technologies. Where is JASIC today? What is JASIC today? In order to share you with this video, we can see the latest of the company and continue from there. So hope you enjoy this one.
Since 2005, we have been dedicating ourselves to the passion for welding. Our passion has led to the establishment of a corporate infrastructure to deliver effective and consistent welding solutions. This has enabled us to relentlessly pursue RDI breakthroughs. With them, we bring our passion for welding to a new level where user experience is key. Our passion also resides in partnerships centered around value delivery. We serve channel partners from over 80 countries, and our services stand out in swiftness and global market adaptation. Moreover, we are thrilled to embrace a spontaneous online community of satisfied end customers. As a publicly listed welding company, we embrace our responsibility in achieving sustainable success. We uphold high standards in environmental compliance, social responsibility, and corporate governance. With 15+ years of undying passion, we will bring our enthusiasm into the future of welding. JASIC, passionate about your welding.
Right. I have been with JASIC for a few years now, working on different issues. We started with strategy. Strategy is important for every company. And during the process, we have been discovering the true identity of JASIC as a company. And it's been a very rewarding experience to be part of that journey. Along that process, we were talking a lot about the greater good that the company stands for, that the company is dedicated to, and the company is passionate about. And that dedication was crystallized in terms of making quality welding accessible for everyone. Not just those who have the money or who have the knowledge, but for everyone. Why is that so important? Because welding is all over and welding is everywhere around us. And a lot of the welding around us is safety related. So safe infrastructure is every man's right and should be guaranteed by quality welding. When I say accessible, what does that really mean? For us, it is three different things, three different aspects. It's about availability, it's about amenability, and it's about affordability. Starting with availability, the network of partners for JASIC, commercial and technical partners, is growing very fast. We are in over 80 countries today, and many of you are here today. We appreciate your efforts. It's in the name of true partnership that we have been able to grow very fast, and we are planning to continue to do so with you. Amenability, amenable, is a word I learned yesterday, actually. We said understandable before, but we found an A word, which was important, so thank you for the native speakers from the UK. Amenability means easy to use, easy to understand, no rocket science. Quality welding has to be easy enough so that we can guarantee that it happens everywhere around the world. And that's our role, making it easier for everyone. We're talking about user experience brought to the next level in terms of being able to find the right parameters, being able to do a quality weld every time without any extra hassle, without too much effort, and with a consequent quality. Now, affordability is important. Being cheap and good is a great challenge, if not impossibility. We are not trying to be the cheapest, but we try to be the best. And our target is to deliver the best value for money and to be affordable everywhere around the world. So that's in a nutshell the philosophy that we have followed also behind these products that we are going to bring to the market now and introduce today for the first time. So it's all about products that people need in order to do quality welding. And you must be by now already a little bit impatient about the products. Where are they? How do they look like? So let's start a journey to discover the new products. So here, with a little help of rock and roll, which seems to be very popular right now since Italy won the Eurovision with a rock song, we discovered some of the neat features that translate into benefits that are measurable in terms of money in the new range of products that we're talking about. In fact, we're talking about a complete range of single-phase products for the three major arc welding processes, MIG, MMA, and TIG, as well as plasma cutting. Some numbers here in the picture tell you about the amount of RDI work that is behind this new range, and also the results in terms of what kind of innovation mode and what kind of innovation mindset has been behind this development work. Here we can, see the different products as they are. You can identify, the PFC versions there in different categories and the basic features of the products. So it's really, truly a complete range. And we believe that these are the kind of products that people need every day, everywhere around the world, in order to accomplish their welding missions. Very important driver behind this development work was the human tech thinking. With the help of industrial design, the latest software developments, and the latest digital technologies, we aimed at creating an industrial design, user experience, user interface that will be the most modern, the most adapted in the world for welding needs. We looked at how people look at the panels, the controls, how they use the equipment, not just saying it needs to be a little bit inclined. We actually asked the question, how many percent? What should be the slope? What should be the declination in order for it to be optimum for potentially as many conditions, as many situations as possible. A lot of attention was paid for the visibility of the parameters and controls. Welding is often done in dark conditions with the helmet on, with masks that are scratched, etc., etc. Seeing is still very important because we know that a majority of welding problems happen with the start or with the ending. So the more visibility there is, the better it is. When we talk about how to communicate with the machine, the feeling that you have in your hand when you're looking for the best potential parameters, is an important one as well. You have to, we will quickly learn how many little, punches are behind your optimum characteristics and settings. High-definition digital displays are a standard in many products today. Why not in welding? But it's always a matter of pragmatical questions, and the conditions, etc. So there needs to be a choice between different kinds of applications, different kinds of, technologies and different kinds of versions, if you will. Remote controls have been around for a long time. They are wireless today, most of them anyway. Even the even the pedal can be, wireless nowadays. And we offer a lot of different kinds of options for that requirement as well. JASIC has had and always has had and enjoyed a good reputation in terms of reliability and safety. But development work never stops even in this respect. So a lot of new features, a lot of new innovations are in these products just to make sure that they will continue our tradition of high standards in reliability and safety. It's true that single-phase products are easily transportable. They are meant to be used in different conditions, even outside, of course, with generators, and all the different applications. So when you design a top product, you need to look at it from all different angles. Sustainability. Today on everybody's lips. What is sustainability? What is sustainable business? What is sustainable growth? It's not only the indirect impact of your business to the environment, to the society, to the world, if you will. It's also the indirect little things that make a difference. The power consumption of the machine has been dramatically reduced when the inverter technology came about. But now we are even talking about LED technologies, new technologies that enable us to further reduce the energy consumption and thus the environmental impact. Auto sleep mode, an interesting one for panels as well, not just the ventilator as it's a standard more or less nowadays. So there's always something more you can do if you want and if you set it as a target. As mentioned, generator compatibility is very important. We don't control the performance of the generator, but we have to make sure that our equipment can work with as many generator models and variants as possible in a safe and reliable way. Intelligent synergic control. Obviously, more and more of the development work nowadays happens in terms of software development. And it's a very exciting world for the future, because once you open the digital channel for your thinking, you know, only your imagination is a limit. But then you have to be pragmatic about it. What are the features that truly bring benefits, truly bring an advantage? And what are maybe the features that are nice to have but not the core, because you want to keep things simple, not to complicate anything for no reason. A little bit paradoxically, I once had to raise a question with a bunch of RDI engineers from different welding companies that had come together to discuss the future of welding. And we agreed that one of the most important characteristics of a welding machine is how it welds. We sometimes forget this because we get fascinated about the components inside or some other features. But let's face it, a good welding machine differentiates itself from a not so good welding machine in terms of welding characteristics and welding results. A lot of attention has been paid into this reality during the development work of the new series. And one of the best examples is the dash arc technology in TIG welding, enabling us to guarantee very precise, very controlled, very accurate ignition. And yes, like I mentioned, a majority of welding problems happen at the start or at the end. So that's why start is such a crucial moment in welding. And the better you control it, the better the result will be. So we're talking about a proven arc ignition success rate of 99.9%. I asked our engineers, is this about 99.9? And they said, yes, it's about 99.9. We can round it up, I think, almost 100% practically. So arc ignition response rate, rate improved to the, let's say, what is considered to be the standard and good 400%. So we can play with numbers in different directions, but we are very close to saying that it is waterproof, maybe not a good terminology here, start and ignition. Solid arc control characteristics. Once you have the arc burning, you need to stabilize it within milliseconds in order to guarantee a very good result. We know that the input voltage fluctuates, sometimes even quite a lot. We just talked about generator use, but the machine side technology has to compensate for those variations in order to guarantee the welding quality. And there are new innovations in this regard as well. Smart gas, automatic post-time adjustments and other features that make it possible to save gas, to save energy, and to be more and more sustainable. It's the little things at the end that make the difference. And when you pay attention to the details, the total can make a big difference. We talked about high-precision electronic foot pedal. Very neat application of the different axis, logic here, and obviously a very big flexibility thanks to the idea that it's no longer with cables, it's a wireless device as we speak. What is intelligent synergic control in MIG? It's first of all, the basic characteristic of the MIG welding process, where a certain level of auto-adaptation happens while welding happens with the variation of the voltage. The machine tries to keep the constant voltage characteristics, compensates for arc length variations to a certain extent. And when you complete the picture with intelligent controls, sensor technology, then you start to get exactly what you want for each welding situation, each moment during the welding. You have to give some pre-information, but even that becomes less and less critical as the sensor technology advances and the equipment can actually make use of the sensor data about the welding environment and the required parameters. So there is a constant development here as well, and it is strived, it is passionately pursued by the welding engineers who come up with new innovations all the time. Spot welding in MIG, 60 plus spots per minute with a perfect ignition. There are several applications for that, and it is very much appreciated if you can do it. And I don't think that it's been the standard of things in the single-phased MIG-MAC equipment until this launch. Wire feeder cabinet in MIG. It's, many people, many welders consider obviously the torch or the electrode holder as their tool. Moving back from there, the next device to come in MIG is obviously the wire feeder. The power source is the core and the heart of the system, but the wire feeder is a very important part of the entity. A lot of times, the wire feeding innovation is overlooked. Sometimes it's about the reliability of feeding itself, intelligent feeding, variable feeding. But there are simple things, like making the change of the spool just a little bit easier by adding an LED light to be where it exactly needs to be when you are trying to introduce the wire in the new spool. So it's about innovation based on the welder. Making the welder's life a bit easier has a value. For those who want to go far, we want to offer the opportunity and the possibility to go far. The so-called welding engineer mode makes it possible for the connoisseurs to have their own welding machine. And there are very versatile possibilities there. Like I said, quality welding has to be accessible for everyone, but obviously those who want to go far have to have the chance to do that as well. Should something go wrong in that pursuit for excellence, you can always go back. Many people say the most important button in the PC computer is escape or reset or something like that. That makes it sure that nothing breaks, nothing goes really wrong, but you can restart and do it over again. So it's self-evident that it's there, but it deserves to be said because, you know, a lot of times and many times people are kind of afraid of starting to experiment. But we know ourselves, how many of you start by reading the manual? I'm not. I start exploring. I start playing with it, and that's at the end of the day the best way to get to know your piece of equipment, knowing that you can always go back. To make the new range complete, there are two versions of cutting equipment, one with an inbuilt compressor. And I believe that with this, these two products, we really round up nicely the whole requirement of welding and cutting in the single-phased part of the market. And obviously, it's all in the torch. A lot of it is in the torch. So even the best, you know, power source doesn't help if the torch is not playing the same game. That was a brief overview about the most important characteristics, some features, some benefits that are hand in hand in the new products. But I am pretty sure that you're getting more and more anxious to actually see the products and to actually see them weld. So at this point, we're going to make a journey together, and the destination is Shenzhen in China, where we are going to meet people who are behind JASIC, who are behind these great new products, and who deserve the credit for having created these things. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me on a journey to Shenzhen, where we will be welcomed by the president and CEO of the company, Mr. Pan Lei. Shenzhen, do you hear me? Can you hear us? I think they do.
Dearest friends from all over the world, dearest JASIC partners, hi everyone, I'm the president of JASIC Technology, Eric. I'm very glad to meet with you, though in such a special way. If it were not the pandemic situation, I would have invited you to Shenzhen, or I would fly to Frankfurt, Germany, to enjoy this great momentum together. F420 is a new generation of digital welding products to the global markets. Now, let's enjoy this exciting, unveiling moment. Let's do the down counting together. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Wow. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you look back, you can actually see it also here.
F420 has adopted more than 40 patented technologies, such as dash arc, ABAP, etc. It has a very high technical standard. It will satisfy us greater outstanding welding performance. Let's follow you to see the demo. In front of us is the time corridor of JASIC Exhibition Hall. They have stated the development roadmap of world welding industry, China welding industry, and growth history of JASIC technology. Since the establishment Since
成为了
China,
3大
Europe,
技术
and
研发中
USA,
心。我们
with
每年的
total
研发投入
investment of
均
about
在
5%
营业收入的
of the
5%以
business
上。
income.
我
We
们
are now
现在即将
standing
走
at
入
the
的是
product showroom
嘉士科技的产品
of
展厅。
JASIC technology.
正如
As you
大家
could
所
see
见，
here,
除了今
we
天
have
亮
the
相的
d.o.o
d.o.o 20系列
that
产
is
品之外，
launching today.
我们在
In last
2021年的
March
3月份
2021,
成功的
we
列
have
入中国
launched
市场，
successfully
发布了
Jet
27款界面20系列
27
数字化
models
产品，起到
a
了
series of
非常好
digital
的效果。
welding products for China markets.
我们也
Jet
计划在
20
明
has
年
become very popular
发
in
布
China with
面
great
向
success.
高端焊接领域
Next
的
year, we are also going to
Master
launch
series
MyStar series, which targets at high-end
我们在未
segments.
来几年
In the coming
也将
years,
陆续
we
发
will
布
continuously launch
界
Jet
30、
30,
蚁窝 30、
30,
马 S
and
8
the
系列的
iterated version of MyStars,
迭代，
which will further build up our
我们将
digital product
嘉士
triangle.
数字产品的金字塔。非常感谢
Thanks for the efforts and dedication made by the RDI team led by David, the sales and marketing team led by Anssi,
以密斯
the
的战略核心的
supply
供应
chain
链和
team
制造团队，
led by Mr. Xia,
是你们的共同努力，
which
才让我
has
们今
made
天
Apple
的蚁
20
窝
launch
20
a
得以成
successful
功的
one.
发布。我更
I
要
would
感
like to
谢
take this
我们全
opportunity
球的合
to
作伙
extend
伴，
our
我们所有
heartfelt
的客
thanks
户，
to all
你们
our
始终如一
partners.
的支持，
Your support
是我们
is
不
our
断
biggest
做好产品
motivation
的
for better
动力和
products.
源泉。下面
Now,
我们把
let's welcome our product
镜头
engineer,
给到我们的产品工程师
Luca, for the demo for the products.
示范产品。好，thank you。
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Luca, your product engineer. The unveiling of the machines is quite exciting. So now, let me demonstrate how do the machine perform. Here, we have Mr. Wang and Mr. Chen, who are our senior welding engineer. They will help and show us more about the machines. Firstly, let's look at this machine. Take 200p ACDC. TFT LCD screens makes the complex operation become a much easier one. The machine outputs ACT, DCT, mixed ACDCT, and MMA. In addition, in ACT, 3 kinds of waveforms can be chosen: square wave, triangular wave, and sine wave. Multi-outputs enables your various welding demands for different weld materials and different techniques. In Anssi's introduction, it has mentioned that innovative breakthrough has been made for text areas, SR technology, and ACHF stabilizing technology. These technologies ensures your stable and quick ignition. The ignition successful rate reaches above 99%, and the response speed is 4 times of general technologies. Now, Mr. Wang is ready to demonstrate 3 mm aluminum welding. Let me set the parameters. Select AC take 150 amperage, 80 AC frequency with 30% AC balance. The setting is ready. Mr. Wang, please. Okay, let's check how the machines work. The concentrated arc and stable current result in flat welding beads and good shaping. Thank you, Mr. Wang. While Mr. Wang is preparing for stainless welding, let's take a look at MIG 200 PFC. TFT LCD screen is optional as well. To let you weld freely as you wish, the machine outputs multi-process MIG, MMA, lift-tick, and flux-core arc welding. Moreover, in synergy MIG, the parameters can be chosen by easily setting. You just need to tell the machine what materials, shading gas, and weld diameter you are using. The synergy control system will feed back automatically the suitable specifications. We just need to adjust either amperage, thickness, or weld fitting speed. A fine welding performance can be achieved very quickly and freely. Okay, now Mr. Chen is ready to weld a 8 millimeter flat billet welding by the maximum output of this machine. Mr. Chen, please. Okay, let's check how it performs. There's good penetration and with less scatter. Thank you, Mr. Chen. Just now, we have checked the welding performance of aluminum for the TIG 200P HDC. Now, Mr. Wang is ready for stainless steel welding. Let's see how it will perform. Let me set to the DC mode for stainless welding. Okay, the setting is ready. Mr. Wang, please. Okay, let's check how it works. The concentrated arc and stable currents result in consistent welding beads and flat welding beads. Thank you, Mr. Wang. In EVO 20 brings us new standard of user experience. We are passionate about your welding, thus we always put us in user's position and strive to work out a better user experience. One of the optimization of the EVO 20 is the wireless pedal remote controller. A gyroscope sensor is used in pedal remote controller, which is complete electronic structure instead of mechanical one. A better accuracy and much more lifespan ensures your freely and stable control for your machine. Let me demonstrate how to connect it. Power on, and select to system setting, select to user background, turn on remote control pairing, and press the pairing key and hold. Okay, just waiting. Okay, pairing successful. The indicator will turn from green to blue, which indicates that the connection between the remote controller and the machine is ready. Mr. Wang, please demonstrate how it works. Okay. Okay, as you can see, with the pedal stepping up and down, the current will be increased and decreased. Okay, thank you, Mr. Wang. Another great idea for user experience a wireless handheld remote controller by which we can control the amperage and voltage freely, even you are 30 meters away from the machine. Okay, let's turn on it. And start pairing. Turn on wireless remote control pairing and press and hold pairing key. Okay, pairing successful. Let's turn. Okay, by rotating the remote controller, we can decrease the current and increase the current. Okay, let me set the current to 120. Okay, and select to voltage and increase and decrease it. Okay, Mr. Chen is going to show us a 1 millimeter carbon steel Philip welding, and with the column and the voltage I just said. Okay. Okay, let me have a look. It is good shaping with less weather. Thank you, Mr. Chen. What we see is the demonstration of EVO 20 take 200 PHDC and make 200 PFC. Thanks Ms. Wang and Mr. Chen for your perfect shots. Now let's give back to the Frankfurt. Give the floor back to Mr. Anssi, please.
Thank you, Šenženu. I believe I'm speaking on behalf of everyone here, we should maybe learn a little bit of Chinese at this stage. Many of you have traveled there, many of you know this, but if we want to say thank you in Chinese, what do we say? So let's do it all together. 1, 2, 3. 谢谢, Šenženu. Thank you. That was a great show, and we will continue a little bit here as well later on today. At this stage, we really want to thank Mr. Pan, all the team, Eric and his team, and the partners who have been in place at the JASIC premises. It's a wonderful setting. It's a beautiful facility. And when we planned this launch, we decided that online will be driving. We who are here today will be enjoying and watching and attending to the same online broadcasting as the audiences around the world. And since locations are becoming less critical today, the best place to have the demos is at the home of the machines. And that's why we selected Šenženu, and I think it was the right choice. I hope you paid attention to the facilities there, and let's hope that we all have a chance to visit that great place as soon as possible. We're hoping that the pandemic will get a nice ending and a good resolution for all of us to get back to more normal, or the new normal, however we might like to describe it. So at this point, thank you so much, Šenženu, once again. You've been great, and it's late hour there already, so we wish you the very good evening, and thank you once again for sharing everything with us, and let's keep up the good work to enjoy more launches, as Mr. Pan was saying earlier today. This is not everything yet this year. There's more to come later on. So thank you, and bye-bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we have still some program reserved for you. You have hopefully all got the rough agenda and our welcome letter. So we can continue with some Q&As if you have some. I have a couple of pieces of information to be still given to you. And obviously you saw the canvases being revealed here as well, so you are welcome to go and have a look at the machines live in a brief, short period of time. We have organized downstairs, when you go down the stairs or the elevator, just outside, turning to your left, there is a welding station where you can actually see these products weld. And if you want, you have a chance to try them out yourselves. So we have prepared some standard, setups there. And if you have specific requirements, they will be handled later on as the launch continues and as the products become available. Am I right that one of the burning questions you might have is related to the availability of the products? Right? Am I guessing right? Yeah. Okay, great. What I can announce to you today is that we will start accepting orders at the end of April in order to deliver the first batches of the products in the earlier part of the second half of the year. Is that complicated enough? So what we're saying in clear text is deliveries somewhere after the European summer holidays. Okay? That's the current information. I think there is another burning question in your heads. It is a question that always fascinates me as well, but only after I know the products that I'm talking about. Some people have contacted us and said, how much price increase? How much price increase is going to be there? And I have answered that none. And why did I say that? I said that because a price increase can only be made for products that have already been on the market, right? Something that has not been on the market, you cannot really increase the price. So it's a new product. I'm sure you're going to be agreeing with me that it is a great product. It is a different product from all the predecessors. It will be replacing some products, mainly the Pro products in the JASIC range of products. So in that way, yes, it's fair. There needs to be a comparison to some extent. The good news I want to share with you today is that the prices are going to be competitive. And the value for money perception is the best in the market. Am I unclear enough again to dissatisfy you? I want to continue a little bit on this. If you take the current Pro series as a comparison or as a benchmark, you will see that some products are somewhat more expensive to the equivalent model earlier. Some might be less expensive. So it is not a straightforward thing to say how the prices are. But I'm 100% confident that at the end of the day, when the prices are publicly and published, article number by article number, we will agree that they will be competitive. So not to worry. I give you my guarantee on this one. Is it 5 years or is it 4 years? I'm not sure. But I will give you enough confidence on that, and the team has done a great work. It is always a trade-off, cheap and good. It's an almost impossible combination. So that's why we have said we need to be competitive. We want to be affordable, and we want to continue the tradition in that way. But at the same time, I'm sure you will be agreeing with me that they've done a great job. It has its cost as well. But we are